Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share perspective and analysis from 13 different XRP chart analysts, and I'll just tell you this at the outset. It is exceedingly difficult to find chart analysts that don't think XRP is imminently going to move to the upside. I know we've been ranging, and of course, technically, there's always that risk if Bitcoin does have a further dip to the downside. Yes, it's a virtual certainty that XRP is going to follow. But in terms of, what's going to happen next, we're just talking about probabilities when we're talking about chart analysis. And what I keep seeing from most analysts, pretty much all of them, is that what is most probable, though not guaranteed, is a dramatic move to the upside. New all-time high territory, getting into face melting season. It's just a matter of when, not if. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 4:02 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone, Sunday, January 26th, 2025. XRP is at $3.09, Bitcoin at $104,705. So again, mostly just ranging for a number of days now. Some people are getting impatient. Not noticing a whole lot of that from XRP holders because we're feeling pretty damn good that XRP is straight chilling above $3 and has been for a long freaking time at this point. Prior to it hitting this mark, this cycle, it had only been above $3 on 2 different days in history. That was January 4th of 2018 and January 5th of 2018, over 7 years ago. And now it's just like an everyday occurrence pretty much. You'll love to see it. Here's a post from chart analyst Rect. He's talking about Bitcoin. He said, Bitcoin is mere hours away from what could be a historic weekly close. Historically, similar weekly closes above a final major weekly resistance at this moment in the cycle have preceded continued upside to new all-time highs. And so even though I'm going to talk almost 100% about XRP in this video, I wanted to highlight this because the market moves in tandem. And if Bitcoin is indeed more likely to break to the upside here, what do you think happens with XRP? Yeah, gonna get wild up in here, I would say. Then there's also this regarding Ethereum. This is an ETHUSD chart, and I'm highlighting this. Even if you don't hold XRP, this is still fascinating. Historically, alts start going crazy when ETH finally bursts to the upside. Now, right now, sentiment's in the gutter. I do not believe for a moment it's going to stay there. I believe that ETH is going to perform just fine by the time the cycle's over. It's just that XRP is going to dwarf it in terms of performance. XRP's been catching up, a lot of ground to catch up because it's so artificially suppressed price-wise because of the SEC nonsense over the last several years. But yeah, I firmly believe that ETH is going to move to the upside. XRP is going to battle for that number 2 spot. We'll see if it gets it. It certainly could. But this can be an important marker for anybody in the crypto space. And so here, chart analyst Dr. Magic wrote, whether you want to believe it or not, ETH is sitting above big higher time frame demand zone, and as a bonus weekly volatility has broken out. Again, in my opinion, if you are not bullish here, you're gonna get bullish at the top, which is not that far away. So I like the optimism there. Again, because the entire asset class moves in tandem, and so XRP would respond to this type of circumstance as well. Here's a post from chart analyst Mustache. This is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. And he wrote, #altcoins. Smart money is accumulating, and 90% out there are wondering if this is already the cycle peak. It is funny to see people talking about that. I'm like, no, not if history's rhyming with itself, it's not. He says, this chart doesn't look like altcoins have peaked yet, does it? Have confidence, guys. Higher. And so look at what he's highlighting, chart formation-wise, where we are now, compared to the last cycle and the cycle before that. Does it look like we're done? Well, no, not if history is rhyming with itself. The best is yet ahead, folks. I firmly believe that. Here's a post from chart analyst TechDev. And by the way, from here on out, the rest, 100% of the video is all XRP. I've got 13 XRP chart analysts sharing thoughts and analysis here. We're going to be starting with chart analyst TechDev, and he shared this with his now 500,000 followers on X. Well-deserved, I'd say. And he said, nearly everyone is here to make money. I know because when number go down for 1 to 2 years, this place is unbearable. The XRP hate and counter-tribalism shows how much emotion still runs most investing habits. But the chart is the chart. It seems many forget that its last macro breakout coincided with most extreme market-wide run altcoins have seen. Fight all you want, but it's about to do it again. And the vitriol may prove very short-sighted. Look, I do consider him to be one of the best out there. He's just so data-driven, and he doesn't always talk like that. In fact, pretty much never. But here he's saying XRP is about to do it again. And you know what he means. You've been here the last few months, right? You've seen the power of XRP, and it's just straight chilling above $3 now. And here he says it's about to go again. And this is the sentiment that I keep seeing from almost every single chart analyst out there. Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. It says, I expect XRP to break out the 4-hour triangle within 16 to 20 hours, upside. We set our weekly structure in August 2023, and the third wave targeted $5.85. Since then, we have used the same targets with an additional $4.55 level. Next week will be dynamic. And so you can obviously see here, he's expecting this thing to go way, way, way higher. And he does expect it to extend out here to over $18 for this market cycle. And I'll not be surprised if that ends up coming to pass. XRP is catching up. I mean, it's got years of ground that it's having to catch up in a single bull run here. And it seems to be doing it. And people are happy to participate now that it has legal clarity. Go figure, right? I mean, think about it. It ran to $2 last cycle when it should have, like, according to many, it should have fallen out of the top 10 coins by market cap. But instead, it ran to $2 despite the attacks. Think about that. From the bottom to the top of last cycle, it did a 20-fold increase from 10 cents to $2. That's about it. I mean, it ended up being, depending on which exchange you look at, but it was about a 20-fold increase while it was being attacked. What do you think it's going to do this cycle? It's already done way higher, but it's going to do much, much higher than where it is now. That's my guess. I don't make price predictions, but I firmly believe the number goes up. Here's a post from chart analyst Leb Crypto, XRP, and you can see he's highlighting here this thing ultimately, in the rather short term, frankly, to hit $6.88. So, of course, ask a different chart analyst where it's going, you get a different answer, but you can see that they're all like, yeah, much higher, way above the all-time high that we just set recently on, the new one on January 16th, when we finally hit that new all-time high after over 7 years, much higher than that. What do you think, guys? I mean, you tell me in the comment section below. Like, I buy it. I buy this idea. It just makes sense. We haven't even seen the craziest distribution from Bitcoin, meaning, people just selling Bitcoin and it rotating into other alts. And XRP is already this high. What happens as more money flows into the space and ultimately cycles through the altcoins, including XRP? I mean, this is not done, folks. Here's a chart analyst Peppa. He shared this with his 150,000 followers on X. Here he wrote, XRP daily looking ready. New weekly and monthly around the corner. Bring the fireworks. So, of course, yet another analyst saying, yeah, it's going to blow soon. And then there was this from chart analyst, that Martini Guy. I'm actually not familiar with who this analyst is, but he popped up in my feed, and understandably why. I mean, he's talking about XRP after all. But 654,000 followers. And I just thought I'd throw him in here because it's yet another analyst, even if I'm not familiar with it. But this is what I keep seeing when I come across new analysts. He said, XRP will break this range soon. Yet another one, move to the upside. Here's a post from the Carl Moon, at the Moon Carl, 1.4 million followers. This guy irrationally despises XRP. He used to insist it was going to go to zero. I guess he's having enough egg on his face at this point that he's just being seemingly more intellectually honest now. And look at what he wrote here. Even he's like, yeah, new all-time high going higher. He said, XRP is still ranging within this 4-hour symmetrical triangle. If we get a bullish breakout, short term would be $3.40, so that's new all-time high. Medium term, $4.20. So even he is anticipating number go up for XRP and face melting territory. He despises XRP. It's just fascinating to see. Here's a post, and I actually shared this one yesterday, but I thought I'd throw it in the mix here. Chart analyst Dom. He's been very closely tracking what's happening with XRP. One of the many analysts I follow that said, yeah, absolutely, XRP is going to break to the upside, hit a new all-time high, melt faces this market cycle. And he's been correct to this point. And he said, volatility has reached an 18-day low as price has started coiling. I believe a large move is on the horizon as confirmed with Bitcoin's recent price action. And he just noted that $3.20 is a major hurdle to flip it once that happens. It's kind of thin air above, frankly. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Leb Crypto, and this is actually just an hour ago, 3:11 p.m. He posted this. XRP preparing for another beast mode of rally. Despite the attacks, this is going to pull another hated rally again. See the recurring theme here? It's about to happen. Whether it's today, tomorrow, at some point next week, whatever it ends up being, I don't know. But if these analysts are correct, and I buy into the narrative. I absolutely do. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. And it's going to be fun. It's been fun to this point. It's been really fun ever since the beginning of November, honestly. But still, the most wild and most fun part, it's still ahead, and that's kind of exciting. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Stuff is Crypto. XRP breakout imminent. You can see he's targeting $4.53. Obvious recurring thing here. Chart Analyst Bobby A agrees. He said XRP is about to lead this next push higher. And that was just last night he posted that. And then there's also this post this morning. He shared one of his older posts this morning from May 15th, 2024. He just wrote XRP BTC, that is all. I can make it full screen for a second in case anybody's curious. So you can see what he's highlighting here is that every single time XRP looked this poorly priced against Bitcoin, that was a good time to buy because then it would rocket to the upside. So you can see where we were in May at that point. XRP disastrously priced against Bitcoin looks terrible if you don't know what you're looking at. But that was the same as the cycle before that, and the one before that. Every single time in history this happened, XRP rocketed to the upside. I consistently highlighted that throughout pretty much all of 2024, and I was like, guys, I know that the toxic Bitcoin maximalists, they like to dunk on us because it looks like this, but they're idiot sticks, because when there's this big of a mismatch, the market figures that out, and historically, XRP has rocketed every single time, and wouldn't you know it, it absolutely has. And it ain't done. And now all those dumbass toxic Bitcoin maximalists have stopped saying all this stupid nonsense with their stupid little face holes and typing with their fat little fingers on the keyboard. And so here, Bobby A shared that this morning and wrote, I was telling you at the lows, most called me a clown. Let me tell you what happens next. XRP surpasses Ethereum. Then the narrative shifts to XRP overtaking Bitcoin, guiding us directly to our take profit zone or cycle top. Market. Yeah, so I buy that as well. I will not be surprised if XRP passes Ethereum. I don't know for sure if it will, but I will not be surprised if it's gunning for that number 2 spot. And I'm with Bobby A here. Like he said this in many other posts too. XRP is not taking that number 1 spot. When it starts getting up there, that's a top signal. XRP this cycle will not be topping Bitcoin. There's no indication that people are behaving sufficiently different to indicate that that type of thing would happen. It ain't happening. And maybe it will at some point in the future. And I'll talk about that in a separate video. Ain't happening this cycle. I think there's about a 0%. I'd love to eat my own words, and I would be very humble about that. If I'm wrong, I'll make a video about it. Like, yeah, I missed that one. I do not believe for a moment that's remotely probable. It ain't happening. Here's a post from the great Mattsby. XRP has closed 10 out of 11 days above this fib extension. Kind of looks like it's trying to build a base on top of it. Well, yeah, and so I keep seeing from all sorts of analysts too, like this thing's it's just like the volatility is decreasing, and you know what that means? Something's going to happen. Is the break going to be to the upside or the downside? Well, as long as Bitcoin behaves, probably to the upside. Here's a post from the blockchain backer. He said, I just can't get over how poetic it is for this ultimate fudster battle to occur here at the all-time high for XRP, and how they're trying everything they can to make it stop. It will taste so sweet on so many levels when it clears. And yeah, so he's just like the rest of us waiting for that true price discovery moment. And it's been so incredible and fantastic and relieving and vindicating seeing XRP, yes, hit that new all-time high and stay above $3 here. But we are waiting for that final piece where we really do enter price discovery. And that's where the life-changing wealth is going to come for most people. Here's a post from chart analyst Cryptolica. It's just 4 charts that he was sharing here, and this is from a few days ago, but we're kind of in a similar situation, so I thought I'd share this. I mean, XRP's clearly broken out here. I mean, here's XRP price against the US dollar index. Look at that thing. I mean, yeah, it's broken out of the 7-year symmetrical triangle on that chart too. Here's another one, market cap XRP dominance percentage. Obviously, it has broken to the upside. Love to see it. And then there's this. XRP, or it's the total price against XRP USD, so total market here. I just, you love to see it. And I just keep thinking about how everybody was screaming at us because it's XRP price against total. I just keep thinking about how everybody's been screaming at us. XRP's going to zero. It's never going to happen. All that. And then here we are. This is real life. Here's XRP USD also to the upside. This isn't done, folks. It's going to keep going. This absolutely is not done. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.